The costume designer behind Marvel Studios' Moon Knight recently addressed the status of Season 2 and getting back to work with more Moon Knight content. Moon Knight Season 2 is an interesting one because ever since the first season, there's been multiple teases by the director, by the actors, and even Marvel Studios that they want to do a Season 2, or even heavily implying that they were doing research on what happens next in terms of characters and where they go. But again, we've had literally no development. Well, the costume designer was recently asked about this, and talking about what happens next, the consensus is that nobody knows. And as far as everybody who works behind the scenes on things like the costumes and so forth, everybody says they're eager to do it. And they see how Disney's handling the series and what's going on. And it's always a last-minute notification to everybody when something is announced, because they announce it and then they start putting together teams. So the revelation is nobody knows anything outside of the actual people at Marvel Studios. And if you guys take this back a sec and look at Marvel Studios' announcements, they announced Moon Knight way before they started anything, right? They announce it, and then they start looking for people to work on it, and then they get casting, and then, of course, you get the costume designers. And the designer here even said, the way the series is going, Season 2 would have to have new costumes, new characters, how to incorporate them, evolve the story, take it to new places. So that would all be dependent on when Marvel Studios greenlights it, and if, and what happens next in terms of what they want from it. So again, there's a lot of stuff here that seems like everybody sort of wants it, but I think the main thing that at least I'm looking at from an outside angle at what's stopping it is the budget. Moon Knight cost $150 million. Let me repeat that. $150 million with $25 million per episode. That is absolutely insane and astronomical. That is a full film budget. They need to find a way to cut the cost down to at least 90 to 100 million for a full season. And if they can't do it, there's no sense in doing it. So I think that's what's taking so long. So we'll see what ends up happening, but you know, I hope we get it. I just hope they follow in the footsteps of Daredevil Born Again. Figure out a way to cut down the costs and justify more episodes and more characters and continuing the story without having to spend literally a giant blockbuster film worth of money on TV.